I'm a bit of a scruff. My hair's growing so quickly that it's sort of starting to do weird things. Hello, 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 hello. I'm going to wait for you to join me. I'm going to do a very simple look today because I'm a bit achy. And I'm going to have a chat to you guys. Hello, Stacey. I'm sorry I'm late. How are you feeling, Stacey? Did it all go ahead? Hello, Aisha. Sorry I'm late. I've been busy this morning. You made my life. Hello, Banana Noodle. Now, Banana Noodle, didn't you used to be called something else? Am I right? Thumbs up, everyone. You used to be called something else, didn't you? Or have I got you mixed up with someone else? I'm sure you used to be called someone else. Oh, you've always been known as Banana. I've got you mixed up with someone else. You're in a lot of pain. Oh, Stacey, we'll settle back. Hello, BB. How are... I'm fine. No, there isn't another Banana Noodle. I just got you mixed up with someone else. Completely. That's all. Completely. And I just had it in my head that you used to be called something else. Right, I'm going to do a really quick and easy look today. But hopefully an effective look. And I really cannot get my hair to behave. So apologies. I did use the Aldi dupe of L'Oreal hairspray. And it's very good, but it's obviously made my hair stick up in the wrong places. Hello, Maria. You were starting to worry. I'm sorry. Yes. So for those of you, just to remind people that I've now moved my live to Thursdays for the next few weeks to see how it goes, because I tend to have less appointments thrown at me at the last minute on Thursdays. But if any of you looking on playback think, oh crumbs, I can't make Thursdays, that means I'm always going to miss them, do let me know. But hopefully we should be less interrupted on Thursdays. But sorry I was late. Now I'm going to do a really quick and easy makeup look today. I could probably do with a bit of primer, but I didn't bring it here, so I'll have to do without it. Naughty, naughty. Who went to Charlotte Tilbury's makeup masterclass the other night? I'm just putting some Tom Ford Traceless on. Who went to it? You missed it. I know Stacey was there because she said hello to me. And I thought I was being ignored for ages, and then realised that I was only talking to the presenters. Now, do you know what I think, by the way, about those? I love the fact that Charlotte was doing. I love the fact that Charlotte was doing it, because I miss her talking about her makeup. And you know what? Even though I've got lots and thought I didn't need any more, Charlotte had me putting stuff in my basket, left, right and centre. Right, I haven't bought it yet, but she can convince me that I need everything. But I reckon it's pre-recorded. I reckon that's why they don't actually answer any of your questions. I reckon they record it and then they put it up, and then they've got the Charlotte Tilbury team sort of coming in and giving you links and things. I think they're live, but I don't reckon, I reckon the actual masterclass is pre-recorded. What do you think? I know, by the way, I've put a lot of foundation on, but I'm really going to buff it in. I'm going a bit mad, I know. So the idea today is to try and do things quick and simple, because I need quick and simple today. So I'm using my foundation sticks, and I'm using the Real Techniques. One of my Real Techniques. As I said, I go through phases, and at the moment, it's very clever if that's how they do it. If you think about it, they never interact with any of the questions. Right? They never, and the person that's actually on the live, that's sort of giving the links, never says, oh, we've had a question from such and such. They never, ever interact with any of the questions. So I think, to be honest, because I've met Sophia Tilbury, and she's lovely, and I think she would interact with the questions if it was live. So I think it gets shown live, and I think that Charlotte Tilbury team are there live, but I think it's filmed beforehand. I'm convinced of it. Hope your dad is improving. Yes, my dad is COVID-free. Sorry, Maria, I don't know. I actually did put a bit of an update on Instagram. Maybe, oh, you are on Instagram. Yes, my dad is COVID-free. He's managed to beat COVID. How is that? Do you know what else I want to use? I'm just going to grab it. Rather than just using that foundation, because I feel like I need it. She does add extra class. It's the way she talks about her products. Do you know what? She made me put that eyeliner in my cart. You know, the one that I said, oh, no. And when she's going, I dab it in the inner corner. And I knew what she was doing. She wasn't using it as an eyeliner. And that's why she tempted me. Let me tell you what she was doing. So do you know the eyeliner that I'm talking about? The new sparkly eyeliner that I thought is a bit out of character for Charlotte Tilbury, because it just doesn't seem like something that she would invent. And using it as an eyeliner on hooded lids, I just don't think it would suit me. Yes. So I've resisted the eyeliner. But then what Charlotte did with it is she used it, but she didn't use it like an eyeliner. She used it like a highlighter and tempted me to put it in my basket. So instead of using it as a liner, which I just wouldn't do, I think again, there's no hard and fast rules about your age. But I personally would not want to put something really sparkly to line my eyes, because it would show up any crepiness. It would also, if I took it up here, it would also highlight my hooded lids, and it would look awful. That's me personally. But Charlotte didn't do that. I was waiting to see how she used it. Charlotte dabbed some in the inner corner like you would a highlight, and a little bit under the eyes. And she was sort of using it in the centre. She was using it as though it was a highlighter. And that's when I was tempted to buy it. But she wasn't using it as an eyeliner. Right, I'm just using my Tom Ford Emotion Proof Concealer. Because this, I know, I'm using far too much product today. But I just feel like I want to cover up. This is a brilliant concealer if you can afford it. It doesn't crease. It's just really blendable. And again, you know, I've got so many concealers, and what with Charlotte's one just coming out, I'd forgotten to use it. It's one of those. But look at that. It's perfection. The only thing I don't like about Tom Ford is that there is no consistency across his shades. So you have to really guess what shade you are, which at Tom Ford's prices is not really something you want to do. You saw my message about my dad. You was elated to hear that. I thought she'd tempt you with that at the time. She did, yes. Oh, is Lisa Eldridge bought some new stuff out? Yes, Banana Noodles, it was out of character. That eyeliner. But I think she didn't invent it. But obviously she wants to try and sell it. So she's using it in a different way. And it's like, now here's something, right? People say eyeshadow. Oh dear. I want to look. I've already got my eye on a Victoria Beckham one, and I can't afford it all. I really can't. I've got to go careful, because I tell you why I'm going carefully. Because, I mean, we all get cold in the winter, but because of my disability, I definitely get colder, and my legs go ice cold, and I cannot warm them up. And so I'm trying to be careful about my makeup spending, because I know that I'm going to have to turn the heating on. You've remortgaged your house. Well, I'm making some blankets at the moment, and I'll be putting them up shortly on Lou Mal's. If you haven't followed Lou Mal's designs on Instagram, it's me and my sister. And I'll be putting them up. We're busy making lots of things, so stay tuned. We put it up, and we thought we need to put it up and get people's interest going, and then, you know, while we do our stuff. And loads of people followed us and was asking us about prices, and we didn't have enough stuff ready. So Lou Mal's, so it's LUMALS. Lou Mal's, I think if you put in Lou Mal's 01, you'll find it. Now, concealer. You know, Charlotte on her masterclass was saying, you can use this to highlight, you get a darker shade to bronze. You can do that with any of them, any concealer, because pigment is pigment. That's my saying. All of this, oh, this is multi-use, or this is for your cheek. What happens? It's a very clever marketing ploy. They start out by saying that this is a concealer for under your eyes, and then they market a product that says it's multi-use. But actually, they were always multi-use, right? Because pigment is pigment. Now, I'm going to use this concealer to do a bit of highlighting, because it's slightly too light for me at the moment. So if I actually use it as a highlighter in the middle of my nose, a little bit in the middle of my chin. If I also, this is a very good trick for lifting your eyes, because I've got a bit of downturn, especially this side, which is more hooded. It gives you a bit of an eye lift. Then it's going to actually not look so pale. I'm not going to look like a rabbit caught in headlights. Please, can I do a swatch of the liquid liner? I can. I haven't bought it yet, BB. I will definitely do a swatch of it. I put it in my basket, but I haven't checked out yet. So as soon as I get it, I will do not only a swatch, but I'll do a little video and tell you what I think of it. How's that? I'm going to use this as well to highlight under my brow. And of course, you can always use your lighter concealer in here. So I look a little less tired now. Silly me, bought my powder, but no powder brush. Hold on. Let's see if I can put my hands on a Real Techniques one. Where is my Real Techniques setting brush? That's something else, a real hero product that I've forgotten about. The setting brush is one of my favourite brushes. And yet I get back into Charlotte Tilbury and forget to use them. I haven't got my setting brush here, but I'll put my powder on with this. Definitely the setting brush is fantastic, Real Techniques. Now I'm going to put, I might actually, I'll see. I'm going to definitely put some airbrush normal on my face. I haven't seen any of the Lisa Eldridge. I bet they're tempting. And then I'll put a little bit of the eye brightener on, but I don't want to put too much because that concealer is already quite brightening under my eyes. There's a new red. Oh dear. Right, I'm just going to put a little bit of the brightening one under my eyes. I just didn't want to do it too much because the concealer was already quite brightening. Right, now I know, again, certain rules tell you that you shouldn't do certain things. And I'm just about to completely throw the rule book out of the window. Basically because I've just done things in the wrong order. But you can get away with it if you're careful. Now, I shouldn't have put my powder on just then. But I was so enjoying talking to you guys that I forgot. So it doesn't matter. Now I'm going to have a sip of my tea, which will give me a bit of time for that powder to sink in. Oh, garnet red. Do you know what, Maria? I want to sell some stuff on eBay as well. I've got loads of stuff from the subscription boxes that I've never got round to using. I've got loads of Aldi dupes that I bought a few of and then didn't get round to using. Things like that I could actually sell. And I've seen a lot of people sell Aldi stuff. By the way, I must go into Aldi this week. I went in last week, as you know, and none of the stuff was there, the eyeshadows or anything. I'm probably too late now to get them. Yes, the brightening powder. This one, BB. I've just put it on under my eyes. That's the brightening powder. Is that what you're talking about? I don't tend to use it other than under my eyes because it is a little, it does have a whitening sort of effect. You can use it as a bit of a highlighter around your cheeks, definitely, but I tend to use the other one. It is quite white, look. But it depends how you apply it. I wouldn't use this powder all over my face. So this is going to last me longer than this. Because this one, I would use over my entire face. Are you getting more pop shots? I'm thinking about it. Again, I'm just trying to be careful. I think I got the ones that I really wanted. Why do you ask, Stacey? It is translucent, but it's got a bit of a white hue, a brightening hue. That's why it's brightening. If it was completely translucent, then it wouldn't be brightening. But it is, you know, there's degrees of translucency. So it is brightening and it is translucent. I mean, I put that like that. Nobody's going to put powder on like that. Unless you, I mean, you could actually do this. You inspired me to try that. There you go. You could do that to kind of brighten the inner corner of your eye. I quite like that. Having said no one puts their powder on like that, I think we have a new Ali's tip. That works. But yeah, underneath your eyes, you just would want a big fluffy brush. And it won't go on. If I was to put it on like that, you see, it's not going to go on that white. Two hands, you see it's a bit brightening. It's made that look less yellow. You just love watching my reviews. Okay. I'm tempted, but I think I've got mainly the ones that I think I'm going to use. But I don't know. I might go for the Pillow Talk one. Now, talking of Pillow Talk, as I said, I want something quick and simple today. So I'm going to revisit this set. And by the way, I know I said I was going to come back and do the Christmas What's Have and Can't Live Without list. And I'm going to do that. But spoiler alert, I think this is actually one of the best gifts in terms of Can't Live Without. Because I just think this gives such a quick look. I've got some of that powder now in my eye. This gives such a quick look. And you don't even need any brushes. Look, scribble on the lighter one. This is Pillow Talk Colour Chameleon. I'm going to recap and tell you what it is. I think of all the Christmas things that she's brought out, this is the one I would go for. This is the one that I'm going to use the most. And I'm going to show you how quickly it is that you can get a really decent eye out of this set. I just love it. I've got to put in an order, Stacey, because I can't find any of my pencil sharpeners. And it's only the Charlotte Tilbury ones that sharpen the Colour Chameleons. Now, little Tilbury trick. She always does a sort of thicker line of the Colour Chameleon, even the lighter one, next to her eyes, because that's the bit, as you get older, you see more of a gap there. So if you put a thicker line, it looks the same as the rest. So that is the original Pillow Talk. And then the Pillow Talk Smoky, which looks a little bit, oh, that's too dark, but it's beautiful. So you literally, and as Charlotte used to say, darlings, my 3-year-old son could do this. Now look, I'm going to do something that looks absolutely crazy. Rough outline, and then take my finger. Just be careful with this one because it's a matte one. So it will set down slightly quicker than the other one. So don't go on and do the other eye. Blend it straight away. Look at that. You're done. Now, if you got the Pillow Talk Pop Shot, you could put that over what you've done on the mobile lid and zhuzh it up for the night. Remember, you cannot put colour chameleons in your waterline, but you can line with them as long as you don't put them on your waterline. So you can do I tend not to use colour chameleons as much to line my upper lid because they're quite thick. And when you're a hoodie, you don't want to take up too much of the mobile lid with a liner. Can you see what I mean? You don't, otherwise it just, the bit that's visible is taken up with the liner. Is there oh, I thought there was a Pillow Talk Pop Shot. No, it's called Rose Gold. Same thing. Oh, Rose Gold stuff is Pillow Talk, isn't it? Let's face it. Sorry, Stacey, you're right. There isn't a Pillow Talk one, ladies and gents, if anyone's watching. It's called Rose Gold. But if you got the Rose Gold one, is it called Rose Gold? I think it's called Rose Gold. Then you could step that one up. Or, Stacey, didn't you get the lightest one? You could put the lightest one over this because the pink would still come through. It's Rose Gold. It's Rose Gold. Now, what did I do with my pop shots? Because I'm just thinking, which ones did I get? I got the taupey one, I got the blue one, and I got the green one. No, none of those are going to work with it. But you have got the jewel pots in Pillow Talk. So you don't need to buy new. If you've got the jewel pots, you could put those over the top. I just need to tidy this up. You're getting diamond eyes and emerald eyes. Emerald eyes is lovely. Diamond eyes is the lightest one, isn't it? Now, I'm going to put a bit of Victoria Beckham mascara on. Remember, I reminded myself that I had this last week. It's not as lifting as the Pillow Talk one. Did you hear Charlotte Tilbury's going to be making up Victoria Beckham? And she said she's going to use the one that I got, the sort of sable-y colour on her. And that would be the one that I would have picked for her as well. Because I think I've got quite similar eye colouring to Victoria Beckham. That's why I went for that one. And I've forgotten the name of the one I'm talking about. But the one that looks like a minky sort of sable shade. Someone can remind me of the name of it. She's going to be using that on Victoria Beckham. She is. You'd love to get the Exaggerize Eyes to Mesmerize. Smoky Quartz, that's right. Smoky Quartz. And I immediately thought, brown eyes, Smoky Quartz, gotta have that one. So, Now, Victoria Beckham, it's quite interesting. She's bought out a couple of new lid lusters at the same time as Charlotte's bought out her Pop Shots. So it's going to be interesting. I always think it's interesting to watch because it must be filmed when she puts her Pop Shots on Victoria Beckham. That Victoria Beckham, whether or not she's going to mention her new lid lusters, because they're very similar products. Not shades, but products. And yes, she's got like a new green eye pencil that is quite similar to the emerald eyes. So I always think it's interesting when I think Charlotte Tilbury works on the basis of keep your friends close and your enemies closer. And I'm not saying that Victoria Beckham's an enemy, but I mean competitors close. She always invites Huda on, doesn't she? Huda Beauty and stuff like that. Everybody that's got their makeup companies, she invites them on. Now, what I thought I wanted to try to go with this, I know it's sort of not really looking finished yet, but what I wanted to do was to try one of her quick and easy looks. And I was thinking maybe Sunkissed. Let's have a look. Maybe yes, Sunkissed. Yes, Sunkissed. Because I was thinking that would go quite nicely with the Pillow Talk set. So I'm going to dab a bit of that on my cheeks. So a lot of this today is blending with your fingers. So this is the cheek and lip stick. Nice pop of pink. Now she's got sun-kissed eyes. Obviously I've put the colour Chameleon, but let me show you what the sun-kissed eye looks like. Quite similar to Pillow Talk. Let me just put a little bit there. Very similar to Pillow Talk. You couldn't tell the difference really. So I'm going to put this on my lips. Now Charlotte would be going, darling, you need to put lip liner on. I'll do it in a minute. I'm going to do it the Bobbi Brown way. I'm going to do it after my lipstick. And then there's the highlighter, which is the Easy Highlighter wand from the same set, Sunkissed. Now, this is why I said I shouldn't have put my powder on. But you can see I deliberately talked for a while to let the powder mush in. Better to put this on before your powder. If you're going to put it on afterwards, just go, can you see I'm doing this? Little dabs rather than that. That way I'm not pushing all the powder around, because the powder will pick up the foundation underneath, and then before you know it, you've got a bit of a mess of a face. Now, I know I used concealer as highlighter, but I'm also going to use some of this. I'm going to leave the inner corner because I quite like that powder used for that effect. I'm going to put a little bit of this highlighter just in the middle though, like this. And now I'm going to get the Pillow Talk lip liner. Are the sticks still as creamy as when I got them? Yes. I have to say, what some people finding they're harder. I have kept them in their boxes. I tell you why. I mean, I'd like to anyway. I like to keep the boxes as long as they don't look too grubby. But also because otherwise they all look exactly the same on my shelf. And if I want to go and pick up one, I want to know exactly which one I'm picking up. Yeah, they have no lid, but they are encased in this, I always forget how to open these. They are encased in this. So even though they've got no lid, they have really got a lid. In terms of the box is the lid. But yeah, no, they're fine. Now, let's put on a bit of Pillow Talk. If I can find it. If it's in front of me. Pillow Talk. Here we go. Now, this is the original one. I'm going to just... Now, I'm going to do what Charlotte was doing. Now, she was saying about going over your lip line. Now, really, Pillow Talk medium is better on me, but I'm just trying this. I'm deliberately going further out than I normally would. BB, I've got the mini brush set. I can show it you. I haven't used it yet because I just don't, you know, when you get the new brush kits, you don't want to use them. You do, but you kind of don't want to spoil them. Now, the other thing, Daniel Sandler does this, is if you draw in your Cupid's bow, that's one thing. But if you do a straight line, that immediately makes your lips look fuller. Right, let me show you the brush kit. The brush kit is lovely, and as I said, I didn't get the pouch before. I always get the cases, but I didn't get the pouch before. But this is beautiful, and of course, I love purple. There it is. You can see I haven't used it yet. I will, but when I get a new brush kit, I just don't. Your daughter taught you that lip line trick. This brush, it's worth it for this brush. Look at that, this little, let me show you the brushes. She's 16. Yeah, but you know what? That generation knows so much more about makeup now. We didn't have Instagram and YouTube videos and stuff at our age. We just had to kind of learn off. Do you remember those Avon eyeshadows that used to have the little diagrams on them, but telling you what colour to put where? Anyway, look at that brush. I love this brush. And it's so soft. And then there's a smudge brush. It's called oval lining, is it? It's exactly the same. Do you know what? BB, I don't think it is the same as the blue one. I'll tell you why. Now, I didn't get the blue one. First of all, it didn't have this brush in it, the blue one. It had a little mini brush that was exclusive to that, wasn't it? But it was, I think, a liner brush or something. It's got a smudge brush in it. I'm going to tell you in a minute why I think it's different, slightly. And then you've got the blush brush. I always have difficulty saying blush brush. And then you've got a blending brush. Yes. Now, I'll tell you what, the reason I didn't get the blue one was I saw it at the launch for Airbrush Flawless Foundation. Right, and they had all the Christmas stuff out on display. And I went up to it and I felt it, and it felt like a soft case. And it looked quite small, and I'm sorry, I'm going to say it as it is. To me, it looked cheap. Right? It didn't look luxurious. It looked like something that you could make up with some material. It just looked like a pouch. It looked smaller than this, and it wasn't rigid. This is rigid. Now, I didn't get the case, and it may be that the presentation case I saw was not what they sold. So if you've got the blue pouch and you says, but my one is stiff, then I apologise because I didn't get it. But this is stiff. It feels luxurious. It feels like, and this magnetic clasp. Again, now the one I saw at, the blue one that I saw at the launch was soft. This was soft. That was soft. And there was a little press stud, I think. Or it looked like a little... This is bigger, definitely. I'm sure this is bigger. Probably to accommodate the foundation brush. So, yeah. But I love it. I absolutely love it. And it is really... Now, also, you know, you can get your... You can probably get... Here we go. If you took out one of the brushes, you could get your colour chameleon in there. Yeah. Now, you couldn't get your lip liners in there if they're new. But if, like me... Oh, no, you can. Look, that's a new one. You can get your lip liners in there. You can get your eyeliners in there. And you should be able to get... It's a bit of a squeeze to get an eyeliner in with the brush. A little bit of a squeeze. But you can just about do it. That's what I love about the cases, is that you've got another side to the case. So you've got your brushes one side, and then you've got space to put things the other side. But yeah, that is the brush case. Any questions about the brush case other than that? The brushes in the clutch is so much more classy. It is, but I do like this. You know what it is? I like the purple as well. The purple makes this classy. And the fact... Oh, it is exactly the same. They're both the same quality, are they? Well then, as I said, thank you, Stacey. So Stacey's saying the blue one is the same quality. The one I saw at the, as I said, the launch, I thought looked smaller and it looked just more cheaply made than this. But I do like this, and I think it's just worth it for this brush, because I use that brush a lot. The only thing I will say is I tend not to use these brush sets very often. I do use them when I'm going away, but the ones that are velvet I tend to keep for best, because yes, this bit is wipeable, but that you're not going to be able to clean the velvet very well. And if you use that every day, you're bound to get foundation, blusher, makeup onto the velvet, which is going to be very difficult to clean. Obviously, you can wipe it inside, but when you're closing the pouch, you're going to have makeup on your hands. So I tend to keep the velvet ones. She's brought out a couple of velvet ones. The best one she did that I use a lot when I'm going away is the one that was rose gold, but it was wipeable. I use that a lot because I can wipe it down. But yeah, this just looks stunning. Really nice to have in your handbag if you're going out, say for a Christmas party, because you pull that out and it just looks so classy. Now, I was going to do my brows, but I didn't bring my brow product with me. Now, who got last year? Who got? I thought I had it down here. Let me see. Who got the Christmas stocking last year? The Charlotte Tilbury Christmas stocking. Yes, it is down here. Hold on. You know what? I haven't actually done anything with this yet. It's still in the plastic bag. But I wanted it because I'm a collector, you see. This, and I also love burgundy velvet. This was what she brought out last year. As I said, I haven't used it. It's still in the plastic. But I love it. There's certain things like that I just won't use, but I just love the fact that I have it. And I know I should use it, but what do you use a Christmas stocking for throughout the year? I suppose I could use it for storage, but again, it's velvet. Stacey, what do you use your stocking for? Do you know what? I'm just going to do this with my brows. I'm in a bit of a lazy mood. I'm not really being lazy. I just am not very mobile today. So that's why I did the quick and easy look. You've got your eyes on the eye to eye eyeshadows. Is that the... Oh, is that from Trini? I tell you what, here's an idea for next week's live. Okay? What you need to do this week is... write down the things that you've got your eye on for Christmas that you'd like to see. Now, if I'm not going to go out specially and buy stuff because I'm trying to be sensible, unless I plan to buy it anyway. But if I have them, like for example, I have got some of the Trini eye to eyes. If I've got the things that you've got your eye on, then next week I will come on and I'll do a demo of the things and I'll mention your name. This is what such and such wants for Christmas, whatever. But that way then it gives me chance to get them all ready before next week's live. Okay, so now I probably will be getting the eyeliner. So I will come and do that because that was a request. But if you've got your eye on something, I mean, a lot of the things you'll have your eye on are probably new, and they might not be new things that I've already got. But if there's something that maybe has been out for a while from Charlotte, if it's Charlotte Tilbury and it's been out for a while, then chances are I'll have it. Okay? You'd love to see Pillow Talk. Yeah, I can do a community post as well, a banana noodle, and also you can comment under this live. So I'll look in both places, right? And you'd like to see Pillow Talk medium, okay? So anything that you've got your eye on, especially Charlotte Tilbury, because you know that chances are I'll have it, then just say, I'd really love to see blah, blah before I ask for it for Christmas. And then, yeah. And then I will, like today, oh, you want the brush kit? Here's a brush kit. Because I happen to have it by me. But that way I can get it all by me before I start the live. Or Pillow Talk Intense. I would just, Maria, you know what I'm going to say. Now, Pillow Talk Intense, I love because it's the kissing formula and it is so creamy. It's one of my favourite lipsticks. I think because it's quite dark, it puts people off, especially because she says it's for darker complexions. But if you get the Pillow Talk Intense lipstick and you then use the Pillow Talk original lip liner underneath, then you can lighten it up and it looks beautiful. I was just looking for something here. I really have got to sort out my lip liners because they're not all here. And I've got this little storage system on it. I had all my Charlotte Tilbury lip liners in one place. And as I've kind of, I don't know, done reviews and things, I've kind of, some of them have moved, like my Pillow Talk ones. So I need to gather them all up and put them back in the same place. I'll show you what I mean. This is my storage for my liners. So it's got, these are quite good. I got them from Amazon, by the way. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. There's 20 little spaces for liners. And then there's 6 chunky spaces at the back, which is where I put my colour chameleons. They're really good, but as I said, I haven't put all my lip liners back there. So I tend to put all my Charlotte Tilbury ones in here. And I've got the eyeliners in the other one. But I need to gather them up because I haven't got my Pillow Talk. I was going to show you Pillow Talk Intense Lip Liner. Oh, they keep in the advent drawers. That's a good idea. And I've got last year's advent calendar. I'm going to leave this look for today as it is. But the only thing is, what tends to happen, now this is the case with any brand, the Pillow Talk Smoky that goes in your socket really stays put. But because I put quite a thick layer of the Pillow Talk original on my lid, it still feels quite sticky. Oops. Still feels quite sticky. So that is actually going to start. It's not too bad at the moment, but I feel like I need to put some powder over it. So I probably will be looking at getting the Pop Shots in. But the other thing is that, as I said, you can use the Pillow Talk. Don't forget those Pillow Talk, the jewel pots that she bought out last year are very similar to the Pop Shots. It's just different packaging. Don't forget that, because sometimes marketing convinces you that something's different, but you tweak the packaging and you call it something else. They're very similar, I would say, to the jewel pots. Jewel Hot Shots and jewel pots. Similar thing. I'm going to head off now, but thank you so much for joining me. I know I feel like I'm not completely done because I need to do my brows. But I'll tweak this look a bit and I'll put it on Instagram in a while. But I just wanted to show you how, what I'll do before I go, one last thing I'm going to do, because I've just seen this. I'm sure I've seen it here. It's not here. I'm going to put Pillow Talk eyeliner on with it. And show you what that looks like, because I know where that is. Hold on a second. I thought I knew where it was, and I thought it was near to me, but it's not. I'm going to do Walk of Shame instead. Walk of No Shame, because it's quite similar. It's just a little bit redder. Just feel like my eyes need a bit more definition. And the other thing I'm going to do, which I promised that I would do a while ago, and I'm going to give you an update by the end of the day, is, hold on, Charlotte Tilbury Eye Cheat, Victoria Beckham Eye Cheat. So now this eye's watering a bit more. Which one shall I be cruel to? I'll put Charlotte's in this one. So this is Charlotte's. This is Victoria's. Now this eye is watering a bit more, so I'm going to have to be a bit fair. If it starts watering, I'm going to allow for that. But those are the two. Now Charlotte's looks a lot brighter immediately. I think it looks more pigmented. Now I say that is her Rock and Coal Eye Cheat. Some of the double ones that she does are not as good. The ones where she's got the eye cheat one end. The most recent one where she's got the eye cheat at one end and the blue liner is very good. But some of the other ones, the Exaggerise pencil, this wasn't as good, the formula. I found as the original eye cheat of Charlotte Tilbury. So we've got Charlotte Tilbury, we've got Victoria Beckham. And I promised you ages ago that I was going to do a wear test and see which one lasted longer. So I'll give you a bit of an update later on in the day. I'll do an Instagram photo and I'll do it on my community as well. And then I'll tell you which one I think lasted longer, with the proviso that this eye's watering a bit more. The eye cheat's got more pigment in it. I found with the Exaggerise pencil, I had to go back and forth, back and forth, back and forth to actually show up. Whereas this is more pigmented. Right. Okay. Take care. Don't forget to leave your messages, especially if there's a Charlotte Tilbury thing. But, you know, try me. There might be, if they've been out for a while, if they're new releases that have just come out this week and they're not Charlotte Tilbury, I won't have it, right? But if they're Charlotte Tilbury or the older releases from MAC, I've got MAC, you know, I've got a lot of brands, but they're not a lot of new items from brands, then just stick it in the comment. I'll let you know if I have it, and then we will do a demo on next week's live. All right, don't forget to like the live, and thank you so much for joining me live today. Mwah.